back whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Just let me know whenever you hit it.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
So you'll figure out one string, and the cheat note, the cheat code for that is like basically here's F. Skip one, that's G. Skip one, that's A. Skip one is B. There's just two special cases to where there's no skip one. There's nothing in between. B straight to C. So in between B and C, there's no other note. C, skip one. D is right here. Skip one. E. All those skip ones are your F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. That's what's happening when I say skip one. If you're going down, you're doing A flat. That's whatever. And E and F is also there's nothing in between. There's no note in between there.
Okay.
Same as on the piano, you'll see certain notes are white key. There's no black key in between. So that's one way to easily learn one string. Then check it against like a Google Images doc just to make sure you're not tripping or whatever. Then there's other tricks you can use to get around. One other thing is like if you know your G, you know this is my G chord. G chord always starts with a G. A chord always starts with an A. So you know that lowest note you're playing is that note.
Okay.
That's another way to know what note you're on. And now there's octaves. So octaves is just like I'm here, G string 3rd fret, D string 5th fret. You're just going basically skip one string, skip one fret. It's like an L shape almost, like a knight moves in chess, kind of, but not really. You start from B, skip one. So you know, even though this is B, you know that's also B. So now you know some of the notes on the D string without having to learn the D string directly.
Yeah.
Because I'm lazy.
For sure. So
Yeah.
B.
That's A right there.
Oh, sorry.
But
A.
find the higher A.
Right here.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly. And so there's that. I just learned kind of one string that like really I learned the E. I know the other strings kind of, but when I was starting, I learned the E string and just built out from there. I'm just lazy. So for example, and another thing is that we talked about earlier. Whenever you're at the 5th fret, usually. This 5th fret A string, the same note as your open D. Your 5 is like your crossover point for two strings that are next to each other. The same note. So your open A here, your one string thicker to your E string, 5th fret's gonna where you find that same note. This applies most places. Does that make sense? It breaks them apart though at the G and B string, which is a weird to adjust there, but don't worry about that too much. Also the 7. So this will find you the 5th fret, your 5th fret checkpoint will find you the same note on this thicker string next to it than the thicker neighbor wording. But then if you want to go to the thinner neighbor, you go to 7. You get a higher version. So if we're on the A string, we know that's going to be an A.
Can you go from the original one note again and do that one more time?
Yeah.
It was just that.
You mean which original note?
Because you were just at
Here.
A, right?
Yeah. So here's A.
You went down to A again, or did you do something else?
This was a different method of getting to the same thing. So this was an octave shape, which is one thing. One way of finding notes is like, again, if you know your E string and you know your octave shape, then now you know your D string basically, right? Because if I know this is C, I know this is C, I know this is D, I know this is D. But also another thing, a whole other thing is that if I know I'm on that, this is my open A string, which is obviously an A. On the 7th fret, you can find its higher buddy on the D string. So the next string up, A string, D string, is going to apply almost everywhere. This is my open D. I know I go to 7 on the next thinner string, which is the G string. So I have a higher D. Now I know that's a D.
Okay.
And then as far as octave shapes too, things get weird over the G string too, or the G and B string. like you might have to adjust like here. This is your octave shape, right? For A, D, D. It falls apart here a little bit. You gotta make it a little wider. But it'll still work once you make it wider, because like once you cross the G and B string, things get a little bit weird, a little bit off. So again, here's your A, it works here. This same shape works here.
And once you cross the G string, you said? Like,
Yeah. So I'll show you here. Like here's your, it works here. A, it matches. Slide up the next set of strings, the A string, the G string. It works just fine. But once you go to the D string and the B string, now you're crossing over this G and B string here. This little like weird troll bridge where like the rules change. So it works here. Doesn't work anymore. You gotta adjust. But now it does work. So last thing I'll say real quick is like so like this note here. What note is this? Well, it's the same as this open G. So we know this is a G. It's also this octave shape. We already know this is G. So octave shape here, and then this weird wider octave shape. We have to adjust here because it's different. But also now we know this is also G. So shit like that. Is there one more thing I want to talk about? Not really. That's about it.